Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Tane, the digital realtor here with the XP Realty. I got one of my clients and friends, Sigi Pointe. How you doing today, Sigi?
I'm all right, Tan. How about yourself?
Good, good, man. Thank you for coming on. I really appreciate you taking your time out of the day to do this. It means a lot to me, and it truly helps me out with especially showing other people exactly what my services are about. Right? It gets them a good idea of exactly how my business operates without them having to fully commit to it in the beginning, right?
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
so yeah, we first met at an open house actually, and
Yeah.
yeah, and then luckily he actually was my neighbor, and yeah, we just we pretty much started through that process where we met at the open house, became friends, and then next thing you know, Siggy was thinking about selling, so that's exactly what ended up happening. Yeah, so if you could give me a quick breakdown of before when you guys purchased, obviously, right, and then uh, this was your first home. So if you could give me an idea of what your experience was previously when you guys had initially purchased with another realtor.
Um, our initial experience wasn't negative. I wouldn't necessarily it was bad. It was kind of. I mean, we kind of did most of the work. I'll say that. It was a part-time realtor. We kind of had an idea of already where we were moving into, and when we initially did our first purchase, um, they were very helpful informing us of a lot of things we didn't know. In
Cool.
terms of finding our first home, we kind of did all that on our own.
That's good. Well, this you're gonna get back, especially with part-time realtors, you run into that. But at least you were, the good thing is you didn't have a bad experience either. So that's good to hear.
Mhm.
Um, and if and what obviously we're neighbors, so that might have made you lean towards using my services a little more. But what made you decide to, because I know you guys were initially working with another realtor of possibly selling, and then we just met through open house and just kicked it off, and then down the road, 3 4 months down the road, just you ended up using my services. If you don't mind me asking, what made you guys decide on using my services instead of working with that realtor?
Um, Man, I'll be honest with you. One, um, you seem motivated as hell. Um,
Yep.
so we appreciated it. Right off the bat, even before we even had you as a real estate agent, something that me and the wife really appreciated was that you actually came and offered potential buyers at some point, said that you had some real estate agents or other people that might be interested, and to let you know. So I appreciated that without even us enlisting your services, you were already willing to help. Um, and really, the other big thing is you were pretty optimistic about our timeline and even um, what we thought we could sell our first home for. And really, it was the optimism that kind of helped, because not that our first experience wasn't as optimistic. It was just um, a little more concentrating on managing the expectation instead of pushing it. So we appreciated the push of that expectation in terms of getting what we wanted.
Awesome, awesome. Glad to hear that, man. Yeah, it's and a lot in our industry. I love when I hear other realtors do this as well, which is not pushing people to sell. If they don't, it got to make sense for someone to do something. So, sometimes you have people that end up listing their house because they fell for some sales tactics or whatnot, and the next thing you know, 2 3 months down the road, they decide to back out anyways because they weren't really ready to sell, right?
Right.
So, it's all about setting the right expectations and really pushing that as well. Letting you guys really make the judgment on when you're ready, right? The cool thing was really the buyers I had lined up were my parents, and it just worked out perfectly where they were looking to move down here as well. And you guys were looking to move out, and they ended up becoming my next door neighbor. So it ended up working out great for everybody. One of the things we ran into, as you're aware, we ran into some delays it was smooth sailing in the beginning, and then at the end was where we run into trouble after the appraisal. So yeah, if you could give me a quick rundown of what that experience was like, how I performed, keeping you guys informed of what's going on, because there were a lot of moving parts. As you're aware, they had a home to sell in New York,
Right.
and then also pretty much purchase down here, which we ran into troubles with, where literally everybody. So yeah, if you could
Yeah.
give me a quick rundown of how that experience was.
I will say it was a daily challenge.
Yeah, I bet
Emotionally
that.
for me and the wife, being as excited as we were to move on to the next thing, to potentially get into the home that we're in now, it was a little nerve wracking for us
Yeah,
to just
yeah,
kind of to get nervous.
of course.
And we appreciated the daily updates, especially including us on all the parties that were outside of our own, in terms of everything happening, in New York, everything happening with the title company here. Just knowing day to day that there was a push being made was made a world of difference. We appreciated it. It kept us as calm as we could be, and it definitely helped us with be more confident that it was going to work out. So
Yeah, yeah. It's I can imagine from your standpoint, you and Kayla being anxious about it. So that was one of my things throughout the whole process, especially towards the ending where it was getting tougher and tougher. So yeah, you guys got to hang with me, man. I'll get this done. And luckily you guys trusted me enough to be able to go through the process, and everything worked out well. So I thank
no,
you and Kayla for
absolutely.
that. It really means
No,
a
thank
ton,
you.
especially. Yeah, of course, man. It really means a ton when I know my clients can, rely on me and trust me to the fullest, because there are certain times where the lending fell through, title company fell through, and it's like I got this, guys. Just give me a shot. You guys pretty much let me control it, and then we sold the closing table. So now you're in your new beautiful home over in Governor's
Yeah.
Point, living the dream. All right, so to wrap it up, man, what did you like and appreciate the most working with me? Versus the past realtor that you were working with essentially too.
Man, I'll tell you, from beginning to end, when it came to dealing with the title company and to the lender, on my end, my lender, purchasing, um, you know, getting everything we needed from our lender to sell. Just, it was surprising how uninvolved we had to be. I kind of approached the situation similarly to the last time we, kind of bought and sold, just because it was the only reference I had, and just the amount, the amount of effort I had to put in was surprisingly low. Every time I thought I had to, do something, it was already dealt with. And I would reach out to the title company or a lender, and they'd say, "Oh, we already got what's taken. It's taken care of." And I appreciated it so much with my work schedule and with Kayla's work schedule. Every time I'd think, "Gosh dang, I got to get something done," and then just having that email correspondence of, "Hey, don't worry about it. Tane took care of it." That felt great, man. We
That's
really
awesome.
appreciated it.
That's awesome, man. I love hearing that. I'm all about creating a hands-off experience for my clients, so that's really awesome to hear that you guys had that opportunity to really just be more hands-off. So thank you, man. I really appreciate that. What would what would you tell somebody that's considering, possibly abusing my services? A lot of people, I don't blame them. They're on the fence about working with a realtor, especially most of the people I work with.
Mhm.
Especially when, because a lot of people I work with are sellers, and they're usually on the fence because of past experiences with realtors or horror stories they've heard from their other friends or neighbors, right? What would you tell somebody that's considering of possibly using my services and they're on the fence?
Man, I'd say give you a chance. The best part about it is that it's no risk. You didn't ask anything of us, which we so greatly appreciated. I'll say candidly that you made me feel like if I ever needed to go in a different direction, you made me comfortable with that the whole way. So it was no risk. I'd say give it a chance, and more than likely you're going to get what they need. So
Thanks, man.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course, man. I appreciate you. It's awesome getting a chance to get to know you and Kayla more as friends now as well. I look forward to seeing what you guys have to, what Torrington home will become like down the road. So,
Yeah, us too. We appreciate it.
yeah, man. Hey, thank you again. I appreciate your time today, Sigi.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I hope you have a great rest of the weekend, man. I'll talk to you later, all right?
All right. Thanks, Tane.
Take it easy, man. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.